Okay, Swizz, what happened? What's going on? You were just good not that long ago.
I'm still good now. It's just this happened from having too much fun.
Yes, per usual.
And I'm still having fun.
And and you came through. You know, a lot of people wouldn't continue working, and here you are coming through. This didn't stop you.
They wanted to cancel my album release party. I was like, we don't do that.
We don't.
I'll be there after the cast is put on.
Right.
And we're going to keep it moving.
Congratulations on Poison.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been almost over 10 years since your last solo project.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has been brewing for a while. It's
been brewing for a while, but I'm honestly ready now.
Right.
I kind of got tired of the music business, being in it from 17, and, you know, I made a lot of great things happen. I felt like I was tapping out a little bit from my interests. And so what I wanted to do is take a time out and diversify my portfolio and things that I was into, and not just banking my whole life on like making beats or making a hit or being a producer, but also challenge my other areas of art, what people see, from design to
actual art,
which is all art,
right?
Building cars, watches, fashion, and just like kind of just going like a good vacation. And also step up my education and then come back to the game as like
refresh
2.0.
Yeah. What lured you back in? Was there something in particular that you're just like, yeah, I'm attracted again to making music and creating this art?
I've always been attracted to making music,
right?
But I always I just was feeling incomplete, even with all of the accolades and all of the success, Grammys, everything. I was just feeling a little bit incomplete. So I had to go and complete myself.
Yeah.
Right. And so I felt that I've done that, and turning 40 feels like I'm just starting again. And not again, but just starting, period.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? How? I've heard this before, but
I really feel it. You know, imagine driving in a car from 17 so fast that you never even got to look at the destinations that you was passing. Like, I literally took time to slow down the car and learn my surroundings and looked around, and I actually know where I'm going now. I know my destinations. I know my surroundings. So now I'm going to be able to give people Poison. Right, which was a disciplined album. You know, I took a lot of records off the album that might have been #1 on the charts.
Why?
Because
it just wasn't in the zone. It wasn't where you were at?
I just wanted to start on the ground level, even though the criteria for the album was every artist on the album had to deliver the best that you love them or higher. That's how they made the album. But if anything felt like it was too big, that it would make you only focus on one thing, it couldn't be a part of the album because it's a body of work, right? And so I'm just happy to do it. Like, I'm just ready to do it. Right. And it's a difference. Like, I wasn't ready to do it a year and a half ago or 2 years ago.
I feel like there's a lot of excitement though behind Poison. I just feel collectively, even when I was reading up online, because, you know, critics could be hard. I feel like this body of work has received so much love.
I'm grateful.
Did you expect that? Because, you know, sometimes
I did expect it. And the reason why is because I'm giving people quality. Right. And so that's my re-entry back into the industry, is quality. It's like, okay, what can I offer people that there's not enough of? And I'm like, quality. So absolutely. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, you know, the album actually have quotables. Right. If you're a fan of lyrics or if you're a fan of music, you know, you listen to Nas Echo, you listen to, you know, Bodega Babies, Pusha T. The things that they're saying, I put no drums on those beats on purpose so you can actually pay attention to the craft. And I just didn't want to compromise nothing from the music side with hip-hop. And even taking an artist like Young Thug and putting him on a DMX beat and letting people hear him in a different way for the first time. You know, so it's been... This is exciting. Yes.
So what is the connection? You and J. Cole actually executive produced this together.
Yeah. I mean, you know...
That was exciting. I remember when we first saw that, when we saw the feature, I was like, okay, yes.
I mean, that happened naturally. It wasn't like I started the album and
right.
J. Cole, come do this. It just happened naturally from us being in the studio. He works in our studio, and I would go in his sessions. He would come in my session, and he would critique certain things that I had going on or make suggestions for features. I
can so see this, by the way.
Yeah, and it was just like, yo, you know, Swizz, like, you should do this. Like, don't shoot expensive videos, or do this and do that. And I would listen to what he was telling me, and I was like, you know what? I haven't really seen this type of bond between my generation and this generation, and I thought it was pretty cool to give him his credit as executive producer, because I actually use a lot of things that that he told me to do, and it's dope.
I could totally see that. That's just cool. I feel like anytime I've ever been around him or seeing his conversations, he's always giving gems, advice. Like, you know what, let's think about it like that. And so
tuned in.
I could totally see this. Are there any other artists that you feel also bring that out of you other than Cole? Because I'm sure people come to you for that.
Yeah. A lot of artists, you know, I listen to all the creatives, right? And somebody might bring something out of me just by talking about themselves. It's not like they're gonna come to me and sit down and like Jay might do that,
right?
Or Nas might do that, you know, or Busta, one of the artists that I worked with for years. But the newer artists, it doesn't work like that. I'm more so giving them the jewels.
Exactly, yeah.
But they don't understand. They give me the jewels when they're just speaking and just talking.
You've embraced, you know, younger generation. Like, you weren't upset at whether it was people calling you mumble rap or whatever. You were just very, you didn't care. You weren't judgmental. Yeah. Was that just because you're so confident in what you do?
No, it's because who am I to judge them? You know, what I do is what I do, and what they do is what they choose to do.
Right.
And like, even if I have a opinion of something that I don't like, that don't mean I should down that person.
Right.
That person is actually feeding their family, and probably could have been the person robbing you and your family. Right.
Facts.
So let them be creative and let them do their thing. And everybody's not gonna have it, and some people gonna be around, some people not gonna be around. Right. So I can't knock what another person's doing, but I could choose not to take away my quality of to do certain things. Like, I didn't. That's why I keep saying on Poison, I didn't compromise. Right. Like, I didn't stand next to a person because the world felt that they're hot or it's hot, or I stood next to a person because they delivered on a respectful level to the project that I'm doing, and it's an equal chemistry, and it made sense to where even some people think some of the things don't make sense, like the song with me and Jim Jones. Right. Right. And then when they hear it, they're like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Right. Not just going with the obvious layups. It's easy to go with the layups.
Very.
Like, you know, like put Young Thug on a DMX beat. Right. Bring Jim Jones back and let you feel like balling in 2019. Right. Or even put Wayne on Uproar, which is on his album. You know what I'm saying?
Which is great. Did you know immediately creating that it was going to take off the way it did? Yes.
I felt it. Yeah. Because, you know, I think if it was a New York person on the beat, it wouldn't be the same. I think it'd still be hype. It had
to be Wayne.
It had to be Wayne. It had to be somebody that you don't really see in that space like that. And that's the juxtaposition of that. I thought it was the chemistry that worked.
Do you know it immediately? I'm just so curious. I'm trying to get in your thoughts. Like, do you know that immediately when you're first hearing it? Or did you know it when you were pairing them together?
Pistol on My Side and Uproar?
Yeah.
Well, I knew what I wanted from him on my album. I wanted a Wayne that people haven't heard in a long time. He's put out a lot of material. But me and him did Is Me Snitches, and I wanted that energy in 2018. And he delivered that. And then I know that his project was coming out, and I was like, I want to be a part of it. We did a swap, so I owed him a song anyway. Yeah. And so I always wanted to like do the Special Delivery beat.
Were you a fan of it when Special Delivery came out?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
shit, who wasn't, right?
Shout to Easy LP, you know, the original producer of the Special Delivery beat. He didn't think he got his props. I'm giving you your props, King.
Yeah, of course.
Blessings. It's all love here. But then you know, when Wayne did Uproar, he did it straight through. It didn't have a chorus. And I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. And so I took the first part of his verse and made it a chorus. With the, where the love go, 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Like, that was the beginning of the verse. I just took it and placed it throughout the song and just dropped it out, and that became the chorus.
That's magic, Swizz. That's magic. You know, for so many of us who are fans of music, and when you hear that you went in there and pulled that and extracted it and actually made it into a chorus, that's magic. Because
I was on the chorus. I tried to put a chorus in there, which I'm usually good at.
Right.
But it was just something about his tone that I like better than my tone. And that was an executive decision. I'm like, you know what? I want to put him on that. I'll do the hypes, and we're in the right space.
Why didn't you put Wifey on the album? You know, I was looking for that.
She's on the album. She plays the piano on pistol on my side.
I was like, wait a minute. I went through it.
That's how she wanted to be on the album.
I love that.
Yeah, she wanted like, yo, I'm going to add my little piece, and did the video. So I can't ask for nothing else more.
Oh, this is so sweet.
It was just a natural fit. Like, my next album is an R&B record. Right. Beauty and the Beats.
When's that coming out, by the way? I'm so excited.
Soon as I come with the last single off of Poison.
Okay.
It's going. Each album is going to go into each other. So this is one of 4 that you're going to see back to back.
Okay.
Right. So you got Poison, Beauty and the Beats.
Right.
Then you have Return to the Showtime.
Okay.
All Energy.
Nice. You could feel that. Okay.
You know, and then Global Mindset with all of the international artists and the Wiz Kid and Burna Boys, like all of these international vibes that I've been working on. But you get to get them in a concentrated body of work instead of being all over the place.
I like it.
And coming as a curation. So I just want to guarantee people the quality, and to be able to do that, it has to be specific works. Right. Right. Like if you're going to do an art show, you're not going to just throw it on. Right. It's like, what's the concept? What am I seeing? What am I getting? Guaranteed. That's what I'm giving everyone. Like, so on Poison is guaranteed hip hop for sure.
This is so vulnerable. You're being very vulnerable.
I told you I'm just starting.
Like, wow.
I told you I'm just starting. Watch.
What do you have any insecurities now, or are you past that in your career where you're just like, I'm gonna do me?
I don't know about insecurities, but I've learned to. My wife taught me this, by the way. I learned to accept my greatness.
It's powerful.
Right? A lot of people, we don't know how to accept our greatness because it's been taken away from us so much that we don't even know how to take a compliment. We're always running from it. Like, man, Nessa, I think you got the best show in the world. You're doing this.
Ugh, don't tell me that.
Right? You're going to run from it. You're going to be like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You're going to tuck your
yes,
right?
absolutely.
Instead of being like, thank you, I work hard for that. I appreciate that. That's it.
Yes. You've always been so humble. I was always like, do you know how dope you are? But I just think that's also that comes with you being such a student of the game and still being a student and even going back to school and learning business and living in a dorm. I think that's what makes you great, is that you're still wanting to learn.
Thank you.
Who inspires you?
My kids definitely inspire me, my family for sure, my friends. But then just like random people around the world that I see doing great things, like yourself, you know, Cap. Yeah. Just I'm inspired by a lot of people because I'm really open-minded. Right. It's not like, oh, if it's not this and I don't, right? Right. If it's inspiring, I'm inspired. And I just like try to hold on to as much as possible. Yeah. And you're a great father. I mean, I saw you, you know, take care of your son with a brand new car, brand new BMW. You said he earned it. He earned it. Wow. You know what? It took me a long time to make that decision. I mean, like a long time. Trust me. It's a nice BMW. It's nice. It's, you know, I like that he didn't expect it. I like that he accepted already before he knew he was getting like something way lesser. Right. And he was just like, you know what? It's cool because whatever I get, I'm gonna get what I want anyway. Right. From working hard and doing my thing. And I was like, cool. And he was just doing super great in the schoolwork, and I seen him taking control of his business side that he's working on with the music, and you know, just doing great things. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like doing it.
Do you worry about them being in the music industry? Because also Egypt is so talented and so cute. I mean, you know, this game is hard. You know, it wasn't easy for you. You had to put in so much work. Do you want them to go through this grind?
Yeah, I want them to go through any grind of something that they're interested in.
Right.
But literally that word, the grind.
Yeah.
You know, and my son might want me to make it easy for him sometimes. Sometimes I do. 90% of the times I'm not. Yeah. Because he has to feel what it is to build something. Right. Right. And that was like one of the rewards, right? Because it's almost like not paying attention. Mm-hmm. Or he thought I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. But the whole time I was paying attention, it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, this is for that. Bang. It's like, okay. It's motivation though, because like you said, it wasn't expected to be rewarded for hard work. And I think that's important nowadays. And it's cheaper than Uber. Is it really? Yes. That's how I really justified it. It's cheaper than Uber. I take Uber a lot. You know, we take Uber all the time. He takes Uber to school, back and forth, and the bill is ridiculous. Oh, yeah, so just get him a car. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, even he could have got a Bentley truck, and it was still cheaper than Uber. Yes. It's unbelievable. Oh, yeah, no, this is a great investment. This is like dad being smart, too. Like, yes, let's not just think, let's not just think we just doing anything. Yeah. When I came down to it, I was like, he's earning it. And wait a minute. Saves me money. This is saving a couple of thousands. Oh, yeah. A month? Oh, yeah, we lit. Yep, we're done. Yeah. Yep. And I get to get the points? Yeah. Right? I love that you care. You know, because, you know, people don't think you're regular, but I'm like, yo, you and your wife are so humble and regular. Yeah, because you get to see us. You're like real regular, and I love it. I love hearing that you're collecting points, and you're like, oh yeah, we're saving some money. Yeah, it's important. And I think nowadays with social media, I think there's this idea of living a life that you're not really living, and I think. I don't know. I feel like with your album, I feel this space of freedom. Like, it's okay. I could be myself. I could be free. And just seeing the visuals to it. And just, it's okay to be yourself. You have to. Yeah. But it's not easy, though. It's is, but we make it hard. Right? Yeah. Because we base it on the wrong things. Right. Like, what are you basing being yourself off of? Most of the time, you're basing yourself off of looking at someone else. That is the wrong thing to do. You have to base yourself off of looking in your own mirror and critiquing those flaws. Yeah. And kind of let the everyone and everything else breeze past you. Right. But, you know, with technology, we're so connected. Oh, gosh, all the time. You know, like, and even in my album listening party, I had to stop it like 4 times and unprogram people and tell them this is not a party where your phone is going to have more fun than you. Right? And I got this chant that I do. People don't dance no more. All they do is phone-ish. Yes. Right? And you should see they're singing the chant while they're on the phone, right? And then catching themselves like, damn, he's right. Yeah. And they put their phones away and we have a good time. Have you seen Black Mirror? No. On Netflix? I don't get to watch TV at You and wife, you need to watch this because I promise you're going to be like, oh my gosh. It's basically, it's like a sci-fi type of show, but basically just showing the downfalls of being so consumed with our phone technology and where this space is going. But I've always appreciated that about you. You really want people to live in the moment. Yeah, and that's why, like, even with No Commissions, right? I built it in school as a technology company, but the technology hasn't even came out yet. Right. Because I wanted people to engage. I could easily put you in the Matrix and have it would be everything you want it to be. Absolutely. But it's something about people showing up, touching, feeling, and really being a part of something instead of a virtue of it. Right? Because when I'm looking at everybody in the crowd, they're already in virtual reality. Yeah. All they missing is the headset, which is the next step. Yep. And once people, and they're developing that technology very seriously. Very. Once we get into that overdrive, it's done. The streets are going to be empty. It makes me sad. You're going to show up to a person's party virtually. Oh, gosh. And be dancing in your living room, picking out an outfit. Yeah. No, in the virtual world. And you're going to pay for that outfit in the virtual world that you don't even own, but you paid for.
Don't let me go down that route. Don't let me do it. No, we have to fight.
Look, because
yeah, that's why I was saying you got to watch Black Mirror. This is exactly Black Mirror. It's exactly this.
Because all they doing is selling us convenience.
Yeah.
Of the inconvenience.
I know, but it's
they already done took our brain away.
I know.
How many phone numbers? I can't even get. And how many phone numbers we know? I got to write it down in my wallet in case of an emergency. Like, we can't even call for help.
Yeah, no. Do you have any numbers memorized?
No. I mean, I think
I have like
my
2.
wife's number and like 2.
And that's it.
2 max. I used to have like 25.
Oh yeah, especially in school. You're like, oh, I got this, I got that. I know that.
Yeah, but Google's our brain.
Yeah.
We don't even think. It was like, ask Google.
You know, immediately. I don't even know directions without.
And you don't even know if it's the truth.
Oh no. Down a rabbit hole.
Right, it's ill. They got it. They got it. They got it. They did this one.
I don't think people can disconnect.
Nah,
it's done. It's long gone.
It's too crazy. I don't even think I could disconnect.
Damn, man.
But you know it was crazy? During New Year's, we went away.
Yeah.
And we put our phones away the whole time.
The whole time.
7 days.
Straight.
7 days. In the safe. Everybody.
Really?
The first day, it was like getting off of drugs. Withdrawal.
Yeah, you're
right?
like
It was like getting off of drugs.
Yeah.
Then the second day, it was like the fire engine out there.
Yeah.
You feeling like
it's
that's
loud.
going. It feels like that fire is going out there, and you can't get out there to help it.
Right.
But then the third day, it really felt good.
Yeah.
Fourth, like we haven't spent that much time with each other. I mean, like really there.
Right.
Playing games, talking, and
connecting.
It really let me know that we're in the matrix.
We are.
It was so much of a shell shock to me.
Yeah.
I was scared to get back on my phone. It was crazy. I'm
and
like,
then you see the news and you're just like, okay.
I'm not even looking at that. But imagine being away from your social media for 7 days. I didn't even know what to write for a week after. Like, how do I come? Like, what do I write?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of things. Do I be like, while I'm back? Like,
did people notice I was gone? Yeah.
They definitely noticed, but it's an addiction.
It is. Yeah, I think that was around the same time we also went away. And, you know, if I don't, you know, we're cheap. Colin and I, when we travel, if we don't have internet, we're not going to turn our phones on. We wait till we get Wi-Fi. And it was the best feeling. Oh my gosh. To disconnect, you come back happier.
You guys got to go to AZ.
Really?
Yeah, you guys have to go to AZ to
our
secret space.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I need that. Whatever that is, we're not going to share it. Sorry, but
it's called Dreamland.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
I cannot wait because we need that. It's important, and I just feel like regular day to day. It's so much information. It's overload, which is why
especially in New York.
Oh yeah, the energy is always on. But that's why I'm so happy that you have quality because there's so much work that's just saturating us over and over. Even though I feel like this year has been a phenomenal year for music.
I
hip-hop.
agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't think I've seen a year like this.
I agree with
maybe
that.
In the 90s.
I agree with that. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy I caught the tail end. I missed the cutoff for the awards and stuff, but
yeah,
honestly,
you're still part of it. Nah, you're still part of it. You're still part of this.
But you know what, man? This was for the people.
Yeah.
Like, forget all these things that make you feel important. Like,
right.
Do something that really is important. And I think that this album, whenever it came out, that it was important to add to the culture of music and hip hop. And I feel like it's my job to do the hard work, right? Like, come on, man. Like, the Nas track, like, he's the Langston Hughes of hip hop, right? Yes. He's our poet. I could have easily went with something that was harder and more energy,
right?
But I just let him breathe.
I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, let's get into the craft of it.
Yeah.
Or I could have been greedy and be like, no, I need this, you know, so I can do that. And I didn't go into this album like that. I actually took, like I said before, records off that felt like it was too much of the hype, right?
Yeah, you're disciplined.
I'm just starting.
These are your babies, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, but they're all great. But, you know, you have to strip it down. And I always love seeing Nas.
But I don't think I stripped it down. I think that I think I shined the diamond. Right? I think less was more with this. Right? And it was just like I didn't want to use my key to the penthouse and just turn on the lights and put the bat signal. I wanted to actually go in through the ground floor, and I want everybody to go every flight up with me.
This is beautiful.
And so that's like the feeling that I feel right now.
Who's left that you really want to work with? Is there
I want to work with a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. I want to work with a lot of new artists so I could challenge them. I want to work with Sade. I would love to do a project with Eminem.
Oh wow.
You know,
that would be
I'm doing
great.
a project with Nas for sure.
Right.
I would love to do a whole project with Jay too. Like, I mean, I've worked with Jay since 17. I almost did a whole project with him on his second album, but other than that, it's just been like bits and pieces of greatness. But a focused project with Jay would be pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, you still love this. You love
I do.
You love this. You're not going anywhere.
I'm back on the court. Like I'm coming for real.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
And to see your excitement on your face, just even talking about like working in a studio, it just makes me happy how much you still love creating. You've done it all.
No,
and you don't have to do anything anymore, but
I'm just starting.
It's so crazy that you keep saying this.
I didn't do it all.
Yeah.
I didn't even begin yet. I'm telling you, watch.
Are you still working with Kanye for the R&B album? Is that because that's what I read online? I didn't know if that was still.
No, the R&B album is my album.
Okay, so I'm
not singing.
Well, yeah, I didn't think. Well, hey, you never know with your magic. No,
cool.
singing.
I'm cool.
Okay, was that what? You know what? Because Swizz, you're such a good dude, and you're not that kind of guy who's out there. I remember when the video went out when you were addressing Kanye with the hat. Did that feel weird for you?
It did, but I had to give him tough love.
Yeah.
I just felt that. Well, I had a conversation with him before.
Right. This wasn't just out of nowhere.
No.
Right.
This was a conversation a day or two ago before I did that. Because I was like, maybe he didn't understand what was what. And I explained to him a lot of different things to take into consideration. And I thought he took it very well. And then it just turned up even more, and I just got emotional about it. But my take on it is that I'm just going to love Ye.
Right.
Right. I'm not going to like
bash him.
I'm not going to go into that. I want to be there to help him. I don't want to be shooting at him. Yeah, I don't want to be shooting at him with more negativity, right? So I don't want to be on that side of the fence. I want to be on the side of the fence that if he do need help, he can call somebody that will really help him, because it might not be a lot of those people really around him.
Right. And
for me to take myself out of that because of something I don't agree with what he's doing, I might regret later. Right. And so my whole take on it is just different. I had a chance to think about it, and I shouldn't be like beating him up for decisions that he's making, whether I don't agree with them or not.
Right. You're a good friend.
I can tell him I don't agree with it very strongly, but I also need to let him know that if he need to talk and you need a way out, or you need some guidance, that I'm here. Like, this is not a publicity stunt. Like, I know him for 20-something years, and that's been my brother for 20-something years. And I don't agree with a lot of things my family members do or my friends do.
I was going to say, a lot of people are going through this right now.
Yeah.
What's some advice, like, especially the holidays are coming up. You might not see eye to eye. So how does someone who feels hurt by maybe a family member's decision or their thought process and everything that's happening, around us, should they even have the conversation, or should they just enjoy the holidays?
Well, the name of the album is called Poison. You have to face your poison in order to poise on. Right?
Okay.
Like, because if you don't, it's never fixed.
Right.
And that's what society is. It doesn't address the poison that's happening.
1,000%.
Right?
Yes.
We turn our heads, and you know.
This is why we have these problems.
Yes.
Right.
Because we turn our heads because of a financial, or because of a non-financial, or because of too much work, or too much this. And the poison keeps growing. You don't poise on from it. Right. Right? And so I think, I don't know what happened since I turned 40. My filter's been burnt. I've been
done.
Yo, don't like the thin line is burnt. Like people would come at me with certain ways of say something to me. I'm giving you the brutal, honest truth, and when I'm finished giving to him, I'm like, damn, did I just say that?
And it felt great.
I see what just happened.
Yep.
It's a different me.
Yep. And it's more of a evolved you, because it's probably always been you, but then it's like different energy.
I mean, most of the things, when you narrow it down, it's through miscommunication or non-communication.
Yes.
That's
it.
Every problem. Relationships, violence, everything.
Right.
When you look at it and you get to the root of it, it's miscommunication or no communication.
Right.
Right? And I just think that people need to communicate more.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine? You would think with all this technology, right? But it almost causes problems with communication.
Because that's not communicating.
Right.
Right? You can't communicate with words through a platform.
No.
You got to communicate where the intent, when you can feel the intentions are real. Yeah. Right? Because you could say something to me and it could be super positive. Right. But I know you being super fake. Right? So that's a miscommunication. Yeah. Right?
Completely.
It's a miscommunication, but if you communicate and it's genuine, that's a real communication.
And it will be effective.
Yeah.
And you'll feel it, and the chemistry's there. You know, that was one of the things I've loved seeing with you. You've always looked out for X. You know, I felt like even during hard times.
Still do. Yeah.
I don't know. I just love that. I don't know if it's just me. I'm like a super softie when I see loyalty and, you know, commitment. I'm big on friendships and family. So I just love your friendship, you know, and you really care about him and you really want him to do well. And I forgot what interview I was watching of yours, and you're just talking about you're ready whenever he's ready.
Facts. Yeah. And I don't get no points for doing what I do for X. That's what I'm supposed to do. And that's what people get mixed up. They feel like because they're helping somebody that's in a situation that's not so in their favor that they're playing hero or something. No, I'm not even doing nothing special. Right. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Me and that man slept on floors together. We started together, and if he can't call me and I can't call him, then everything we did was for nothing.
Oh my gosh, that is so powerful.
It's the truth, man. Yeah.
And yeah, I just, every time I see that, I'm just like, I you know, I just love that. It doesn't have anything to do with music. It's none of that. You know, it's like, I got you.
I got music on X that'll change the world. But he has to
want that.
Yeah. Like,
we do want to see a Ruff Ryders reunion, though. I'd love to see you work with Eve again. I want to see you work with everybody.
I'm always ready. Yeah. I might not be always available. Right. but I'm always ready, I swear.
Would you do a reunion?
Of course. We started the reunion, and then X he had to go in. Right. And so then, there's no reunion without X.
Absolutely.
And so we just put it on hold, so when he gets out, we'll probably start those engines back up, because the momentum was good, and us being on the road together just felt real good. And our story is not finished. The Ruff Ryders story is not even in the middle of being finished, or even finished being told. Right. Right. And so
I would love to see that. I want you to I love how I'm telling you what to do, but I want you to make a documentary or something.
I'm making a documentary on myself.
Of course.
But it's going to include
what you did with Ruff Ryders, like that.
I mean, I just feel like I was always against documentaries and those particular stories. I forgot what those stories when they like the life of this person.
Yeah, the docuseries.
It just feel like you over when they do that.
Right. But I think now we have to protect.
No, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
I'm ready now.
You know, because if you don't tell your story, somebody else will that doesn't know you.
They're not going to tell anything.
Talk about it.
And that's the thing. They're not going to tell anything.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to just, it's not going to exist.
Right.
But now that I feel like I have enough that I can teach people, right? Before when they wanted to do it, I still didn't feel like I had enough information that I felt like we can do producing all day.
Right.
Like that's in my sleep. But
light work.
I want to show people the back end sides of business and billion-dollar companies and, you know, the back end of art world, the back end of fashion.
Art world's dark, man.
Yeah, well, we bringing light to that.
You are bringing light to it. You are doing such a great job trying to take care of artists. But yes.
But I just want to show people because I didn't want it to just be about music, and everybody always wanted to make it about music when people it should be about everything.
Right.
And I needed the time to go through those different things to have the accurate information. Right. Instead of jumping the gun and just coming out with a documentary and just, I don't know. I think I'm ready now, though.
Man, we will take it. Everything that you got. I'm just, you know, so happy to see you in your zone.
Zone. You in your zone?
Hey, we're in our zone.
Always in the zone.
And we're, you know, Colin and I were always so proud of you and watching your journey.
That's
he
my
thinks
guy.
you're so brilliant. He loves
he's
talking
brilliant.
with you. Yeah. He just loves listening. And, you know, I just thank you for always being so good to us. And it, you know, it means so much. Tomorrow is his birthday. But
happy birthday, King.
He was like, there's no way you're not leaving that station until you do the interview with Swizz, but he loves you so
just
much.
Like that, by the
way. He loves you so much, and you know, aside from all the great work that you do, it's just you've been so good to us, you and your wife, and
vice versa.
We will never forget these times in our life and who were allies to us. So you know,
you get
this
to see
is
it
deeper.
clear.
Yes.
You get to see it clear.
And you know, of course, at the same time, we're going to turn up. Have a good time.
Turn all the way up.
But congratulations on Poison, and thank you for sharing your art with us.
Always.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.